All right, fellas. I'm going to talk about the church game, right? The church game. And I know I said I would be talking about sexual dynamics at this level. But the church game is very important because I'm going to tell you what. When you see that woman who's big in the church and she talk about how Christian she is or she's always there. I'm going to tell you what I found. A lot of times, behind closed doors, they're the most sexually promiscuous. Let me say that again. They're the most sexually promiscuous. Because I'm going to tell you why. A lot of times when they're in that environment, when they big in that environment, as as people familiar with the church knows, a lot of times they supposed to present a certain thing, Now, they'll have two things maybe going for them, right? Two dynamics going for them. One, they don't want to think of themselves as sinning, And two, they got to keep that image up. But see, the thing is, those women, a lot of times, those women are the horniest. Seriously, I wish I had I've talked to two types of women, had conversations with. The women who don't necessarily go to church or they might not even be religious. And then the ones who do. The ones who do, I found the funniest thing, they're some of the easiest women. If you just to approach them on a sexual level. In fact, they halfway look for it. I mean, I could probably do a book, a video, like a paid video on just the stories. It's like one woman, she was all big in the church and everything, and she had a boyfriend, but then she writing a letter to this dude, a felon that she had sex with before, and she's saying, she don't even like kissing the dude that she was with. Right? Because it gets more pronounced. And I mean, this was a professional. And apparently this felon had gotten her pregnant. She ended up having an abortion. Right? And then, this other woman, she be in church like one of those be in church. You got like in church all day, go during the middle of the week, all of that. In fact, I knew quite a few be having sex with a dude on the first date, like regularly, right? Knew about cougars being up in the church, messing with some young boy. They telling me, like they throwing it at a young boy, right? And then we know about the ministers. I had a former first lady of a church. She was talking about how the ministers be fucking all these women in there. The ministers be getting it in. In fact, that same first lady, she hit me up. She told me first conversation. She hit me up off online. She told me first conversation she wanted to fuck me. First conversation. It's like, God, hold up. Like you see these women. See, understand that contributes to what I call the sexual underworld. The more it's seemingly repressed a woman is publicly, the more she got those buttons to push to let it go behind closed doors. The key is, one thing. The first key is not to judge. Not to judge. And also not to look like you too caught up in the religious thing. The key is not to look like you too caught up in the religious thing. Right? Wait, hold on a second. All right, I had to do something. But the key is not to look you too caught up in a religious thing. Because, okay, say you meet one of those type of women, right? And, they talking about all the church. And then you acting like a good guy and stuff. They ain't gonna fuck with you. Real talk, they ain't gonna fuck with you. Right? Reason why they don't want anybody in that same environment because they don't want to be judged. So that's one of the reasons why women go for bad boys. So they're going to go for that dude who ain't up in the church, right? or a dude who ain't giving off that like goody good type of vibe. They looking for the bad boy or something to get off with, and somebody who ain't gonna be in their world as well. Now the exception to that is the church players, right? The church players, and you got some cats, they know the game, and they get with a woman, and they one way or the other they let her know they down, right? And they ain't gonna judge her. That's why, like publicly, you get a lot of people, every now and then I get somebody, hey, show some receipts. I'm like, you don't know the game if you asking for receipts, man. You don't know the game. I'm in the underworld, man. Shit. I don't know why people think I would talk about it, that'd be a part of it, man. You can't be showing somebody on film or something. Shit. The minister who sucked my dick like Superhead, she don't want to be seen on camera with me. What the fuck, yo? Shit. That's what you gotta understand that. See, that's one thing. That's the big thing with these women, man. You gotta be discreet. If they feel like you want to say shit, they ain't gonna fuck with you. Right? And they might even, even in conversations, they might just throw out some stuff, see how you respond. Right? Like, if they throw out some stuff and you act like, oh, nah, they should be waiting and all of that, they'll be like, yeah, you're right. And then they find somebody else who ain't fronting and stuff, and it was like, dude be like, oh, yeah, I be trying to tear your ass up. They'll go for it. Trust me, I've never failed to see it. I mean, seriously, I'm just being real. It's amazing some people might have that thing about it, but I've had so-called church women be telling me straight up how they get down, what size dicks they like, how they like it. They be letting you know. They be letting you know. Seriously, and they look for that dude because I'm going to tell you, that vagina tingle. Some of these women just willing to take that chance because of that vaginal tingle. They like, whatever. That overrides any social programming. I mean, I can think of so much. Like, if a woman tell you that stuff, I'm just like, okay. I'm looking at her. Shit, I'm thinking about a minister that I met that live in where I live. She was doing a vending thing at my complex, right? And she held her hand out. She held my hand for a while. I just wasn't really feeling her like that, right? And she was like a reverend something. Oh man, I got so many stories. Seriously, understand that game. Like I said, you get the women who talking about they ain't up in the church. I mean, they'll have sex, but usually they're, on a lot of levels, on a whole lot of levels, they something different. Shoot. Oh, man. Damn. Yeah, they be getting down. And that's part of that whole nice guy thing. We don't talk about the religious aspect of it. A lot of nice guys are the same guys who are devout into the church, go all the time. And they think they being good guys and everything. They have no idea the woman might marry them, but want to fuck somebody else. But they don't want to be called Jezebels. And the irony, I swear to God, this dude, man, it ain't even 6 o'clock in the morning, this dude warming up his car. I think he hear me. It's a neighbor. I think he hear me in here doing my stuff. He said, I'm going to fuck that motherfucker up. I don't know what he doing. Because people who live in my building don't actually know what I do. They just know I'm working for anybody. But anyway, right? Check it out. Seriously. Like, and then, that speaks to the overall sexual underworld. See, a lot of people keep asking how to get there and stuff, like it's a place. It's like, dude, you just gotta be open sexually, man. It'll find you. It'll find you. Because, I swear, you get all these women, because, hey, understand something. If all these women getting pregnant, all of that, especially if we're talking in the black community, we're the most church group. Most of these women got some affiliation with a church or something. Yet they cheating. Yet they getting down. Yet they catching some diseases. You know? It ain't like it is on TV. They getting down, but you never see them in a church. You know? And it's like, seriously, I wish. Yeah. It's almost ridiculously easy. It really is, y'all. It's ridiculously easy. But, like I said, you got to give that impression that you don't judge them and that you down to fuck them. And, of course, you know, have a good bait and all of that. You know? You still got to have a good bait. You know, don't think you can be some bum and stuff and get the women. But, you know, if you're in pretty good shape, you know, clean, you know, got your hair cut right and all of that. And you don't even have to really spit game, like, quote unquote, have the mouthpiece. You just got to be cool. Hey, if you can have a regular conversation, you don't even have to ask them for it. Just let them know that, hey, they can be free in your presence. You know, tell them straight up. You know, seriously. In fact, you know, deal with the fact that no matter how good that woman is, how cool she is, right? And she could be like, you know, feed the prisoners and all of that. I don't care what she is. You know, she could be the minister. And trust me, I like ministers. I like those women ministers. They be getting down like a motherfucker. They want to fuck. So, anyway, yeah, that was requested by one of our members. And, you know, I want people to, you know, that's one of the things. I said I was going to talk a lot more about sexual satisfaction and stuff, but just understand the dynamic. These women want to fuck out here. If you get that just that one little point, you good. In fact, I know one woman, right? She a virgin, or was anyway. I haven't talked to her in about a year or so. But she still said, well, she ain't been penetrated. She suggested she would do other things. So it's just like, okay, bet. So, and that's that church game. Anyway, y'all, I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.